So welcome to week 2 of the new coach training, and tonight we're going to go over a power hour. And I don't know if you all have heard this term thrown around there or not, but it's a term that we talk about quite a bit because it's a way that you can build your business in an hour a day, especially as you're just getting started. I realize that not everybody is ready to make this a full-blown business, and so they just kind of want to get their feet wet. Well, this is a great way to get all of those necessary steps done in a quick and effective manner. So what I'm going to do tonight is share my screen, and I'm kind of a visual learner, so I'm also kind of a visual teacher. I just kind of want to show you where I have this information and how I can help you through what we call a power hour. Let me go through here. Okay, can you see my screen? All right, so this is my team page for Hope Nation, and what I've done is put my Power Hour picture right in the cover so that everyone on my team can see this every single day they check in. I did not create this. I actually took this from someone else who had this, and I just put my own logo on it, and there it is. So anybody can take this image. It's in the coach group under the photos and everything. So you can take this and make it your own. You can put it on a post-it note or on your computer, however it is that you can see this every single day so you know a step-by-step list of what you need to accomplish each day. So the very first thing that we do is add 2 people to your friends list daily. This is a really important step that I did not take as a new coach. And then months down the road, it came back to bite me because there is a point where you run out of your warm market and you need to have more people to engage with. So if you start adding to your friends right away, then you won't have that problem. So what I do is I go through here and find friends, and it will select, friend requests here, and people you may know, and you can add them as friends. It will show you how many other mutual friends you have. You can kind of look at them and say, is this somebody that I might have something in common with that I want to engage with as a friend? You can also select, your hometown, current city, high school. You can pick a mutual friend and kind of go through what the suggestions are from that point. You can go through your employer, where you graduated from, all of these different options to try to go through and add more people to your network. Another thing that I just did yesterday was I just went to my own page and my friends, and I selected a friend that I am friends with here in my town. And what I did is I just, I clicked, this wasn't her, but it would say it was, and then I looked at our mutual friends and then her friends after that. And I just, looked and said, okay, well, I don't have all of, the same friends as her, but I've been in the town for less time than she has, and what of those people may I want to engage in or have other, have other things in common with. The other thing, as far as adding people to your friends, not just going through the find friends option up here, is to go through the groups that you're in. So, for example, if you go down here to your groups and you see more, there is a group that I was in. I don't know if I'll find it this way quickly or not. It's a local group, a mom's group. So what I did is I started adding myself to these mom groups, running groups, things that I'm interested in, and adding to those groups. And then from there, clicking to see the members and see who I'm friends with, who I'm not, and starting conversations this way as well, and adding to my network this way. So, obviously for moms, you can connect with them over mom things. This is in my town, so we can connect that way. So these are all options that you can do in order to find more friends and just connect. You can click add friend, or you can send them a private message and just say, hey, I saw we're both in this group. Your kids are so cute. What are their ages? And just start a conversation. So that's what I do. And that leads to the next one on this power hour. It says connect to 5 people from your list. Reconnect and build relationships. Nothing said about Beachbody. So this is really important because when I first started, I was just sending out invites because you already have a warm market. These are people that you already know, that know you, and you didn't have to go through the forming process necessarily. But once you start adding new people to your network, you're going to have to do that. So start now as a new coach to add those, 2 friends a day, interacting with 5 old friends or new friends, and just seeing how things are going. Don't say anything about, oh, I'm a new coach or anything like that. Just get to know more people. So from this step is where you send your 3 new invites a day. And of course, we've shown the videos about how to do the invite process and things like that in the coach training group. So this is the point where you get to put that into action. Say, okay, so I've made new friends, I've connected with them outside of Beachbody, we found mutual interests, and now I can get to that point where I invite them to a group. So you do this an everyday conversation. It makes it much more natural and easy for you to do versus just sending out a random message. So this is the other thing that makes us different from other marketing companies, is that we're not just selling a product, we're selling ourselves as a coach, as a service that we offer to people to actually help them reach their goals. It's not just buy this product and be done. So you need to get to know these people. So after you're going through this invitation process, so you've already have these first 3 steps that are all really connected. After that, you're going to check in with your challenge groups. So if you're in a challenge group right now, then you want to make that part of your routine, that you check in that challenge group, see what's posted in there, and you interact with it, and actually, any assignments, get those done, those kind of things, and just check in, be present. Number 5 is respond to messages. So this is something that I would tend to do immediately and not get those other connections and invites done first. But it's okay. If you have people that have sent you messages and that little icon staring at you saying you have 5 new messages and you just can't wait to do it, that's fine. But it's, number 5 on this list to show you it can wait. People can wait a few more minutes for you to get back to them. But respond to those messages that you've sent out and people are saying, yeah, I'm interested. So what's the next step? Go ahead and get that done. Next is check the back office and message new customers. So I'm sorry, I didn't do this ahead of time. I should have logged into mine. So for you as a new coach, you're not going to have new customers just pop up in your back office. However, whenever you become an Emerald coach, you have the option of getting leads. And this is where you'll go into your back office every single day, check your online office. If you haven't gone back through all of this, I would suggest that you do your 7-day quick start and get familiar with it. But here it shows me under my alerts that I have 1 new customer. So when I click on that customer, I can see who it is, I can see what they bought, view order history, and then it gives me their email address, and then I just send them a quick email saying, hey, I'm your free Team Beachbody coach. I lost over 35 pounds with clean eating and regular exercise, and I really want to get to know you and what your goals are so I can help you. I run challenge groups, and I have a script for all this too. So once you get to that point, that's what that number is talking about. Check the back office and message new customers. If you don't have any new customers, that's fine. Still check your back office and see if there's any new emails in there, anything else that you might need to look at. Number 7, connect with coaches and customers and see how they're doing. So once you actually sell your first challenge pack, that is your first customer. That's exciting. You get to connect with them and see what their goals are. It doesn't mean that you have to message them 1,000 times a day, but make sure you're connecting on a regular basis with anybody that you sign as a coach or a customer to make sure that you are engaging with them and helping them to reach their goals, because their goals can change over time. So you want to make sure you keep those relationships going. Number 8 is check the team page and engage. This is big for all of us. We're probably in multiple pages, actually. I put a lot of my new coaches also in the Knockout Brigade because it's the bigger team above us. And so you have some other things that you can check. Make sure that, this is kind of where it is on the Power Hour schedule, because you want to get those other things for yourself done first. But check your team page, engage in there, add value. talk about what you're learning, what you're reading, all of those things. Number 9 is check the coach training groups and complete assignments and check in on your new coaches. So that's what this group is. This is for your new coaches, and to read through what the assignment is for the day, get that assignment done, and then you can move on. And then the next one is schedule posts for tomorrow. Remember to add value. So we talk about posting 3 to 5 times a day in your personal Facebook page or whatever social media you're using, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is. So there are scheduling things out there where you can pre-schedule your posts to go out. So even if you're working like 10, 12-hour shifts and you just don't have time to post anything regularly, there are programs out there that will post for you, and you can schedule those posts to go out. If you have a like page on Facebook, it'll also allow you to schedule it right then and there. So that has been a time saver for me, to just be able to do it ahead of time and not worry, oh my gosh, I haven't posted today, and then have to throw out something there. If you think about it, you can add more value that way if you're doing it ahead of time. So again, not all of these 10 steps are going to be things that you're going to be using right off the bat, because if you don't have coaches or customers, you're not going to be connecting with them right away, things like that. So we say you can do this in an hour a day, but honestly, you could probably do it in less as you're just getting started. But I want to show you that it is possible to do this in a short amount of time as long as you stay focused. So that's kind of the hardest part for me, is that I get sidetracked, or this blinking message, or that. You can turn off your notifications until you get your power hour done. And you can just make sure that you block out this hour of time, that it's going to be when the kids are asleep, or when you have other distractions that are just off to the side, so that you can just focus and get it done and move on. So this, I think for me, lists really help me stay on track, because otherwise I'm just going from one thing to the next and not necessarily getting everything done. So if you want to revamp this image and plaster it on your computer, then that's good. If you want to do it a different way, that's fine too. But this has really helped me stay connected and what I need to be doing. Also, I'm a big fan of lists. I do a lot of lists for just everyday activities and things that I need to get done. Right now, I'm working through Chalene Johnson's 30-day push. And so that's a huge part of it, is getting lists done. And I think as a new coach, everything can get very, very overwhelming. We're throwing a lot of information at you. We're asking you to do a lot of different things. So if you have a daily to-do list, and your power hour is part of that, and also your vital behaviors are part of that, then you can stay focused and get it done in a short amount of time. So I'm speaking from experience, because when I started, I had a seasonal job. I started in the summertime, right about now, and I was home with my kids. So I have 3 kids now. I only had 2 last year. And so they were home. They weren't in school. And I needed to be able to focus my attention on them during the day and get that power hour knocked out whenever they were either napping or asleep at night. And then come fall, I was back working full time. And again, things changed, but I still needed to be able to get it done in a short amount of time, and a focused amount of time. And having a list of things to do really helped me do that. So if you're working full time, if you're working long hours, I get it. I've been there. If you're a stay-at-home mom with kids that you're wrangling all day long, I get it. I've been there. So I'm here to tell you that you can do this no matter where you are in your family life right now. So don't make it overcomplicated. Don't just throw your hands up and be like, oh my gosh, there's just too much to do. Make a list and then stay by that list, and don't let all the other distractions get to you so that you're wasting time. The whole point of this is to be able to build your business from home, and not to do exasperate you or anything. We want to make this as simple for you as possible, and that's why we have some of these things in place that we can show you, because we want you to succeed. We want this to be something that you enjoy and that can be helpful for you and your family. So that was pretty much my spiel on the power hour, is just that list is how I do my day. So it's not always the very same time every single day because my days vary. But I know what I have to do every day, and having that list in front of me helps me do that. So, Kirsten, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Of course. I love how you went through that and showed exactly. That is awesome. I haven't done that in my groups before. I've just kind of gone through what the power hour is, but she is exactly right. If you guys can just focus, I think that one of the hardest things about running a business online is the distractions. I mean, I am like so squirreled all the time because I'm like, oh, text message here, message here. Like, the best thing that you can do is turn off your notifications. So the other thing I want to say is that, you know, you people may say to you, there is no way you can build a business in an hour a day. And I am proof of that. I've been in this for 4 years, and I retired from my full-time job at year 2, I guess it was. Yeah. How long have I been in this? 3 years? Not 4 years yet. Not 4 years quite yet. But I started in early 2013, and then I left my job in late 2014. But what I did was I worked my business, and I had a full-time job. So my life was a little different. I didn't have kids. I didn't have a husband. But I did have, other social life things going on. I ran 2 fit clubs, and I worked full-time. But I'm just telling you that because I want you to know that, honestly, busy people are the most successful coaches because you guys know how to get it done. You're motivated and you're a go-getter. And so if you can literally focus, if you can utilize that power hour and get in the habit now as a new coach to use, because that's your foundation. That power hour is your foundation for growing your team. What you're going to do as you get further into the business and your team grows a little bit, you're just going to add responsibilities to it. So if you can perfect that in your life right now, slowly but surely you will just add a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And your upline will work with you in matching your efforts with your goals. So, but like Rachel said, I mean, it's a matter of focus. It's a matter of making a task list and not doing anything else until that list is done. So you don't have to answer a message right away if that's not the task that you're working on. That will be the hardest thing for you to do. But people are not going to crash and burn in the 5 minutes that you don't message them. I always use the rule of thumb, like 24 hours. So when you start building your team, just set that expectation for your coaches because people will respect your time when you set the expectation. Say, hey, listen, this is how I work my business. I have business hours, and I promise you that if you message me not in my business hours, I will get back to you when I'm working my business hours, and you will hear from me within 24 hours because you're working that power hour. So at some point, you are going to be reaching out to your team and talking with them and answering messages, emails, etc. So the best thing you can do is get in the habit of using this power hour as your work time, and don't do this power hour during your family time, during your kid time. Be present where you are. Have that work-life balance because it's very easy to want to work this business all the time. I want to work it all the time because I love it. And when people are excited about getting started, I want to help them right away. But that then devalues the time away from my husband and my child. And then as women, especially, we are the worst at this mommy guilt, wife guilt, because we feel so bad that we are working while we're with our families. And it doesn't have to be that way. So just get started right now with these really good habits and disciplines. And like I said, all you will do is just add to it as your business grows, but it's really this simple. So when you bring a new coach in, this is all you're going to teach them. Here you go. Sit down and focus and do your power hour. And that's it. It's really that simple. So that was good. I'm glad I liked how you went through that.
Thanks. Yeah, I actually had a conversation the other day with one of my coaches, and they're like, I watch what you do, and it's just like I want to be able to do that, but it kind of seems overwhelming. And I'm like, listen, I didn't do this at first. When I started, I threw people in my coaches' groups. I did not run my own groups. I did not, I didn't have new coaches to announce. I didn't be making Canva pictures all the time. I was not doing all of those same things that I'm doing now a year ago. So don't look at your upline and be like, oh my gosh, I've got to do all this stuff. No, like you don't. What you need to do is focus on this right now, on developing this power hour, like Kirsten said, perfecting it. This is your job right now. So don't let everything else, the flashing lights and pretty pictures and all that stuff, distract you from what your job is now. All of those other things will come along with it as your business grows. And you'll find a way to make time for that as well. So no, I do all of these same activities now that I did a year ago, plus some, but this is my full-time job now. So it kind of just goes along a little bit by little bit and increases over time to the point where you don't really even notice it. But yeah, your responsibilities grow as your team grows. But for right now, don't even worry about that. Don't stress yourself out. As a new coach, these are the things that you need to focus on. Focus on those 4 vital behaviors. You want to make sure we drill them in all the time, but that you're doing your workouts, drinking your Shakeology, being that product of the product. You want to be reading your personal development, listening to those calls, National Wake Up Call, team calls, things that we put out there for you. That's all personal development. That's going to help you. These team calls, this will help you. So don't walk away and be like, oh my gosh, I listened to 3 calls, plus I need to read my book. Just calm down. You can do it. Just count those calls. That's your personal development for the day. Move on.
The only thing, Rachel, I want to add to that is that the one thing too about our team that is so awesome is that we really like to pair up and divide and conquer. So for instance, Rachel and I right now are paired up on this. I have another group going right now. So she took care of doing a lot of the posts and engagement, and we're getting on the calls together. So I put some of my team in here. So we work as a team and we work as a family. So what that means for you is that you can absolutely pair up with other people to share responsibilities for running a Coach Basics, because we're running them every month. We do the 4 vital behaviors, and that's the culture of the team that we have created and we feel is so important, because we want everybody to feel like that they are helped and they are supported, and you don't ever want to feel like you're left on an island. The other thing is there's no, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. So don't ever feel like you come into this and you're like, oh, well, I don't have a curriculum, but I don't want to steal theirs. Like, it is free game. Like, your success is our success. So everything that I do is absolutely available to you. And that is why we have all of these resources in the file section of my team page and Katie's team page. And Rachel has things in her team page. And we basically pull everything from all each other's team pages and say, this is what we feel is most valuable. So if you ever need a curriculum, if you ever need help, if you ever need posting ideas, it's all there for you. Challenge groups, pair up with people. If you feel like you don't, it's summer, you're going on vacation and, you're going to be gone for a week or so, pair up, reach out to the team and say, hey, reach out to your upline. Hey, can you help me with my challenge group? I'll set all the posts. Can you just check in? I'm not going to have a lot of time. So you really are a team that is helpful and supportive of each other. So don't ever feel like you're out on this island by yourself and you just can't do it. You can't get it all done. We can't invite for you. We can't connect for you. We can't do your posts for you. And you don't want us to do them, because that needs to be your voice. So we're here to help you, but at the same time, you definitely want to have your voice in these things. Like I said, I could have just dumped my coaches into this Coach Basics, with Rachel and just said, here, take care of them. Thanks. But you're my people. Some of you are my people. I want you to hear my voice and I want you to know you're supported by me too. But on the other hand, it's awesome because now you're getting another perspective from another coach that started at a different time than me, has different experiences. So it's just like one big happy family. And that's why I think it's so cool that we have this amazing team, because we are very supportive. It's not a I made this document and I'm not sharing it with you. You have no idea the impact that you're going to have on someone else or how it's going to impact you based on whatever you're sharing. And as you grow in this team, in this organization, there are different leadership groups that you become a part of. In fact, when you become a 3-star diamond coach, and you get part of what's called the wall, which is a corporate team. So you have all the network people, all the people in the network that are 3-star diamond and above. It's like 500 coaches, I think. And you know what they're doing in there? They're sharing best practices. They're adding value. They're sharing posts like, hey, I made this visual for my team. Thought I'd share with you guys so you don't have to take the time to do it. Okay. So that's the kind of network that we're part of, and we really want to help each other. So this isn't a cutthroat competition. I worked an hour on this. I'm not sharing it with anyone. It's my team. It's only for us. Like, sharing is caring for real, and together we're better. So have that mindset when you start making your own documents and when you start making your curriculums. Like, you definitely want to put your voice to it so that it sounds like you, but add value. Just always be adding value, because people, the more you give, the more that you're going to receive, and the better you're going to feel just in general. But okay, that's all I had on that.
Oh, it's good. Well, I think that's pretty much all the information that I had tonight. I just wanted to go over the Power Hour and make sure you guys understand what that is. Again, that photo that I showed you is in this coach group as well. So you can share that, do whatever you want with it to make it yours, so it's something that you can use. So thank you guys for being on the call, and we will talk to you tomorrow.